What's going on Instagram? What's going on Facebook? So again, this is your boy, Mr. Damon Alvarez, aka Mr. Soul of a Man, 50 to the 4. So today we're gonna be talking about finding your truth in 2020. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday. So finding your truth in 2020. So finding your truth in 2020. So what is going on, everybody? Once again, this is your boy, Mr. Sullivan Man, aka Damon Alvarez. So today we're going to be talking about finding your truth in 2020. What's going on? Hope everybody had a great weekend and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. I know it's been a busy year. It's been a crazy year for some people. This year has been traumatic, life changing, and everything else in between. But today we are going to stand firm in finding out truth, getting more into the understanding of who we are and where are we supposed to be. This year is just magnetically, specifically divine for you to be in a certain place because you know that you are going places and know that you are going to be doing amazing things on the outset of this year. So look at yourself. There's something called the rail gun. So if you're on a rail gun, it's like it's shooting you. It's propelling you straight. It's propelling you straight ahead. It's just that magnetic pull of of the year. This year is pulling back layers. It really is. It's pulling back a lot of layers for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to look in the mirror and and know that they have to change some things up. They got to leave some things behind. This year is about transitional seasons and you becoming this amazing new being. That's the crux of this. That's the crux of this 2020. It's about you surrendering to the divine, you becoming something brand new, something amazing. That there was when this year happened, it was like, it's trouble in paradise. We all knew like this. We all knew that this shift was coming, or we could feel it. We knew that, and even now, that something, even with everything, like I'm right now, I'm in, Houston, and there's, possibly there's one storm coming close this way. There's another storm that may possibly come in this way. So, it has been a very it's been a very awe-inspiring year from a historical standpoint, and to be going through it 2020 feels like you've just been standing in the midst of the eye of the storm, and basically all you have is your wits about you, your intuition, your faith, and your dreams and your goals, and God, your angel guide, your ancestors pushing you through. That's pretty much what you have. That's when I say surrendering to the divine, because we know that we're not in this fight alone. We know that we are not, and pretty soon when 2021 comes, it's going to be time to put the pedal to the metal. Like really and truly, like when those superseded supernatural opportunities, really start coming your way. They're really going to start, blowing you away in the things that you decided to do. Some people are making the right decisions, some aren't. It's just sometimes it's how it goes. I'm here. If you want to book a session with yours truly, just inbox me or Instagram or Facebook, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But surrendering to the divine is knowing that that there's a greater plan out there for you, for your life. Knowing that there's this amazing supernatural being, people say the universe, however you look at it. I'm not one to judge people's walk in spirituality. There's so many different spiritual systems, religions, XYZ. So but anyway, with knowing that there's your supernatural superseded, and that you're destined for greatness, you're destined for something else, and It's interesting. I saw a post from my nephew on Instagram, and he said like, after the age of 21, people just pretty much give up on you, and they just kind of cash you to the side, and that's the truth, And it's like, even when I was in the church, deep, it's like after your teenage years, you hit 20, you guess you're supposed to be done with college, and you're supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to have a great career and a house and $50 million in the bank. And for 99% of the people, it just don't work out like that. Sometimes, for me, I was a late bloomer. It's for me in my life, it's still unfolding. So, but I am, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy about that because my best years are still ahead of me, So I don't have to look back, at high school or middle school or college and say, oh man, I remember the good old days, because for me, the good old days aren't even here yet. You know what I mean? And for a lot of you also, and look, I like college and all of that stuff, but that says, when you grow up, you have to give up childish things. And, it was an important part of my life. And that was around Hurricane Katrina time. That's why I can, when I look at the quarantining situation, I can handle it because I've been through, and a lot of people have. A lot of people have been through life changing events where everything was stripped away. The house, the car, the friends, loved ones. I didn't know where anybody, for the most, I didn't know where my friends were. I have the tracks, some of them I found, some of them I didn't find. So, it was the important lesson in that is that everybody's not going to be there with you as you're going through it. And that's, let me see if I could get the comments in here. Anybody commenting? Nope. Okay. Yeah. So, and that's one of the main important things, is that sometimes it's only gonna be you. When you get those grand opportunities, the spotlight is shining on you. But that when you ask for something, that is going to be coming greater and bigger, and it's going to be, just amazing and humanly impossible. And people are going to be looking at you, well, how did you get blah blah blah? And I've had people ask me that question before. How are you? And they look at you like you're not supposed to be. That this is through mortal human eyes. People who think they know it all, but they don't. People who think they have it all together, but they don't. Don't worry about looking at people on social media through a fake lens, and they're painting a beautiful picture of their life, and it's not everything. They don't show you the trials and tribulations. They don't show you the arguments and relationships. They don't show you the breakups. They don't show you how it almost went to divorce just yesterday, just last night. This is a trying time for relationships, but again, finding your truth in 2020. It is about layers, and it's about peeling it back one layer at a time. It's when you have when you're hurt and you have like a sore on your arm, to sometimes to peel that, just to rip that band-aid off or whatever it is, it hurts. It really does hurt. When you have people that's been in your life for years and years, and you say, oh hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they wag their finger at you, and they're judgmental because they've only been taught one thing. Sometimes it's just not their fault. Some people are just going to be, life in mankind is about evolving. This is a time of evolution. This is definitely a time of maintaining who you are, growing bigger. This is a time of this is definitely a time of evolution, in your life. So there's no, that this is a time of radical change. You see it. You see people protesting in the streets. If you don't make any noise, how are people going to, hear you? How are they going to know who you are? If you say, well, I want to be this, I want to be associated with these people, but if you don't, if you don't put it out there, or people always say, however you feel like in the morning when you wake up, that's naturally who you are. And it's not what people call you. It is what you answer to. Good morning, everybody on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So yeah, so it's not what it's So if you wake up in the morning, you feel like you're a great and amazing artist that the world is about to find out about. That's who you are. If you feel like you're a great parent, a coworker, mom, dad, entrepreneur, doctor, or whatever, that's naturally who that's who you're going to be, in the eye of it. And to fulfill your dreams, to make the magic happen, as people like to say, through prayer and, through prayer and supplication. And this is a time to start planting that harvest, so you bought, you bought the land. You see your land expanding. You see people say, "Oh, that was a crazy, that's a crazy investment. I don't know if I would have done that." That's them. Let them speak whatever it is over their life, but don't let them speak over your life, especially if it's something negative. So people are always gonna say that, man. They're gonna try you. They want you to, they want you to be stuck and stagnant where you are, and they're always gonna remember you, especially from people from back in the day. They're gonna try to, they're gonna try to put you in this hole, right? Or they're gonna try to put you in this little box, and they're gonna be like, oh, I remember when, and they don't see the new and amazing creature that you are. You know what I'm saying? They weren't there while you were praying. They weren't there when you were meditating. They weren't there when you were spiritually grounding. They weren't there, you know, uh, while you're cashing in, while you're making all of these amazing connections. They're gonna they're gonna ask you, well, how did you how did they blah blah blah, and she's like, I'm sure I know I'm not giving nothing away for free. You know what I mean? Like, for real. That's your Rolodex. You keep that to yourself. You worked hard to get that, to get those names, to get those connections and all of that stuff. That's your hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. But on that, you have to be bold, and you got to make the first move in it. And it's not. It's sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes it's interesting. Made a connection, almost like 8 months ago, right? And it just recently started panning out. So sometimes we don't know everything. So I don't care, preacher, whoever. Don't think that, I don't care what kind of spiritual gifts they have. They don't know everything. They don't. There's just no way possible. They can't, they can see some things and feel some things, but they're not going to know everything about your life, because your destiny can change with your perception or making a decision, and everything could correct itself just like that. It's just how it goes. But planting those seeds, and people say, well, hey, that's man, I wouldn't have bought that land. That land being that land is your dreams, and then the seeds are your goals. And you're out there farming. You got your tractor, the little thing to make the holes, and it's planting the seeds for you. So when the seasons change, it doesn't rain for a month. It's too sunny one month. Then when the spring comes, everything starts to grow. See, when seasons change, everything in your life changes also. That's how, that's the magnificence of it. That's how it works. Everything is in tune. Nature, the universe, everything is, the cells in your body. Everything is in tuned and fine tuned. There are just finite things that are just gonna happen in your life, and just know that your hard work is going to pay off. Even if you feel like you're the one crazy person in the town saying the end is near. If you have to be Noah, and you have to build your own ark. That's what it is. We have to build our own unique arcs. Our paths are going to be different. Sometimes we may intersect with each other. Sometimes people come into your life either for that reason or for that season. and that's what that is. When it's time to let them go, you gotta let them go. So I had to learn that lesson. I'm always learning that lesson. Even with this spiritual journey, I haven't been doing this for a million years. Even though I have my ancestors to help me out, and XYZ. I don't know everything. Some stuff I'm still trying to figure out. So it's not gonna be in every book. It's not, you can't Google everything, and everything is not gonna be on YouTube. Although those things are very helpful, there are just relevant divine connections that we're gonna make. And when some things are still cast in shadow, but when it comes to the light, when the big reveal comes, that's the important thing. When that big reveal comes, like they used to watch these reality shows, and they said, we'll find out who wins the blah 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 right after these commercial breaks. So that's where we are right now. We're on a commercial break. So once we come off this last commercial break, man, it's game time. I mean, it's game time now, but I mean, really game time. I mean, like, the car is gassed up, you just jump in and start it up, and you're going, man. I'm talking about 2021 for a lot of people. And also a lot of, so that's why we are putting in work this year. People who starting podcasts, and, whatever it is that you're doing, but speaking of podcasts, follow mine on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is soulofaman504.com. Get my YouTube channel, soulofaman504.com. Did an amazing interview yesterday with Miss AJ Sanders. If you don't know who she is, she's an amazing actress. She was on A Different World. She was on the Jamie Foxx show. What else was she on? She was on Martin. She was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. So so she's been in the game for for a minute. But great conversation yesterday. But go check out my YouTube channel, soulofaman504.com. For that interview. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel also. But this is also a year where we are getting more in touch with ourselves, getting more in touch with who we are. We're getting a better understanding, of everything. So and you are, you're closer to your goals than what you could have possibly imagined or dreamed. So a lot of that stuff is just, that divine GPS is just telling you one more turn and you've reached your destination. So all you got to do is just continue to go through 2020. Those who have spoken, I wish this year is canceled. For those people, their 2020 is done. So, and however it turns out for them, it turns out. That's on them. But for you, you have a lot more amazing things yet to come for this year, and a lot of these things are going to be in secret because you're covered, and not everybody's going to know. People are going to think, you disappeared, or you're just doing the same old when you're behind the scenes and you're making moves and you're talking to people, and you're rolling to 2021 with new positions, new titles, new, just pretty with new everything. Everything is coming for this year. This year was perfectly designed, even though we think, there's some crazy things that are happening because of, whoever and whatever. But my thing is, I'm not worried about that. I stay cognizant of it, but I'm not in that position where it's like, oh no, the end is near. I'm not. I'm good. But just know that also a time. It is a time of healing. It is a time of peace. It is a time for you to have that, just to have that time for yourself, just to speak life into your life, just to find out exactly where you want to be, and where you want to go this year. This was that time for this year. A lot of people were looking at their lives, and a lot of people have made some changes, and I am happy for them. I am very, very, very happy. So just know that this is going to be, the next 4 months is going to be a great season of balance. It's going to be a great season of balance that's coming in. and know that nothing is nothing is set in stone as as of right now. You think don't cancel this year out. 'Cause believe me, the world has seen worse. It has. Naturally, the world has seen worse than this year. Just some people just don't want to go through anything. That's their problem. They don't want to change. They don't want change. They don't want other people to be happy. And that's some sucker stuff. You know what I mean? That really is, man. That if you don't want to see your fellow neighbor drive a nice car like you, or be happy, or you know how people are. But anyway, I'm gonna get mine. You're gonna get yours. And that's what it is. But again, if you guys want to book a reading with yours truly, inbox me. We'll set that up, or just go to my booking page. It should be on Facebook on this broadcast. If you'll follow me on Instagram, it should be on my on my regular profile. Just go there and book your reading. And don't forget to follow me on my YouTube page. I'm going to get to 1,000 subscribers really quick. So follow me on my YouTube page. Got a lot of great and amazing things going on over there. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So yes, and the flavor is changing, man. The flavor is changing. Just when they think you're the flavor of the month, everything is in play. Take everything into context. Don't take anything for granted for this year. How people talk, how they approach you, what they're saying about you, take it all into context. But anyway, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is Mr. Soul Lover Man 504. If you guys want to reach out for me to book a reading, I'm here. If you want to purchase your candles, your wax melts, your room sprays, anything like that, just hit me up, inbox me, and we'll be more than happy to get your orders out. Don't forget to join us on I believe it's the 31st of this month with our book event that we're doing. So I'm also an author. So if you guys didn't know that, yes, I am an author, a poet, and many other things. But anyway, as always, folks, I'm out. This peace. All right, and we are done. And